everybody. It's Karen Lewis, and I'm back for another edition of Just Breathe. Today we're going to talk about radical acceptance. Radical acceptance is a term used to describe, well, you know what? Before I start, I would like to tell you a story. And the story is about a rabbi and his apprentice, somebody, young man studying to be a rabbi. And he came to the rabbi one night and he said to him, Rabbi, I'm learning so much. There's so much to learn. I don't know how I'm going to remember it all. I don't know how I'm all going to keep it inside of me and know how to use all of this, how to remember all of this, how to file all this away so that it's applicable when I need it. And the rabbi said, it's very easy. And he said, very easy. There's so much. There's so much to learn. And the rabbi said, yes, but your job is to listen, to allow everything that you're taught to fall gently and rest on your heart. And then to have the faith to know that when it is time, your heart will open and what it needs to know will fall in. I thought that was a really nice story about acceptance and about faith and about not needing to know everything up front in the moment, but trusting that within you, you have intuition, you have knowledge, you have practice, and you're resilient. So that brings us to the idea of radical acceptance. And I want to share this slide with you while we talk about radical acceptance. So radical acceptance means that everything that has happened, all the good, all the bad, and all the ugly, has brought you to this place where you are today. Because we know that we can't change the past, and we know that we cannot control the future. So all we have is the ability to accept now. So radical acceptance is that inner process of accepting our actual present moment experience, clearly recognizing what's happening inside of us and regarding what we see with an open and a kind heart. So how can we do this? Well, when I coach people and help them move from one transition in their life to another, I like to help them accept the present through their senses. And this is a beautiful practice as a beginning mindfulness practitioner, and it can be a very useful exercise. And it's quick, and you can do it anywhere. And basically what it is picking one of your senses. So it could be your smell, your sense of smell, your sense of taste, your sight, your touch, or hearing. I like hearing. This is the one I tend to go to, hearing or touch. And it's really just about stopping for a moment and tuning in to whichever sense it is that you've decided to focus on. So if it's the sense of sound, I'm going to close my eyes and just for a few moments, I am going to focus on sound, things that I hadn't heard because I wasn't paying attention. And when you connect with that sound, just for 5 or 10 seconds, you are in the present moment. And you're clearly recognizing what is happening. And you're regarding it with an open, kind, and loving heart. This is when you're actually in the moment. And this is when you're actually in your life. So anytime you want, over the course of your day, stop for a moment, take 5 to 10 seconds to listen, to look, to see what's happening around you, to taste if you're eating, or to touch. How does my body feel right now sitting in this chair? So radical acceptance, this moment is the only truth. The past is history, the future is unknown, And today is a gift. And that is why we call it the present. So whatever has happened to you to get you here has happened. Let it go. You are here. Tara Brach has a whole book called Radical Acceptance, and it is a really beautiful book if anybody is interested in further understanding the idea and having more practice with it. So now I'm going to come back. Hello. And we're going to practice something called the lake meditation. So at this point, if you want to find yourself a comfortable but alert position, settle in to wherever you are. And you can actually do this meditation lying down also, because it just begins by paying attention to your actual sensations, the contact and the support as you lie here. Noticing where your body is making contact with the chair, with the floor, with your pillow. And notice how your weight is distributed on the floor or the bed or the couch. And let's spend a few minutes actually sensing into your body, feeling your feet, your legs, breathing into your hips, sensing your lower body, and moving into your abdomen, your solar plexus, your lower back. Moving to your arms, your forearms, your hands and fingers, each one of your fingers. Moving to your shoulders, your neck. I like to spend quite a little time on my neck, maybe rolling it, just releasing any tension, experiencing any sensations. And of course, your head, your forehead, your face, your lips. And if you feel like it, you could just turn the inside corners of your mouth up slightly into a smile, feeling the joy and the sensation that smiling brings to your entire body. And in so giving yourself the intention that this practice is about joy, and it is a gift that you are giving yourself. And when you're ready, you can bring awareness to your breath, the actual physical sensations, feeling each breath as it comes in and goes out. Letting the breath be just as it is, without trying to change or regulate it in any way. Allowing it to flow easily and naturally with its own rhythm and pace. Knowing you are breathing perfectly well right now, there is nothing for you to do. Allowing a sense of being complete, of being whole in this very moment. Just letting your breath be your breath. Inhaling and exhaling. And as you rest here, let an image form in your mind's eye of a lake. Any body of water, large or small, held in a receptive basin by the earth itself. Noting in the mind's eye and your own heart that water likes to pool in low places. It seeks its own level and asks to be held, to be contained. And letting this image gradually come into focus. Perhaps it doesn't come as a visual image, but just allow the sense of this lake and feeling its presence. The lake you're invoking may be deep or shallow, blue or green, muddy or clear. With no wind, the surface will be flat, mirror-like. Could be reflecting trees, rocks, sky, and clouds, holding everything in itself momentarily. There is no right or wrong. There is no judgment about your lake. And the winds may come and stir up waves, perhaps causing the reflections to distort and disappear. But then sunlight may sparkle in the ripples and dance on the waves in a play of shimmering diamonds. Take a moment to enjoy the view. And when night comes, it's the moon's turn to dance on the lake. Or when the surface is still, to be reflected in it along with the outline of trees and shadows. In winter, the lake may freeze over, and yet it will be teeming with movement and life below. And as you rest here breathing, as you establish this image of a lake in your mind's eye, allowing yourself, when you feel ready, to bring it inside yourself completely, so that your being merges with the lake, becomes one with it, so that all your energies in this moment are held in the awareness with openness and compassion for yourself. In the same way as the lake's waters are held by the receptive and accepting basin of the earth herself. Again, just rest here in both awareness and enjoyment. Breathing as the lake, feeling its body as your body, allowing your mind and your heart to be open and receptive, moment by moment, to reflect whatever comes near, or to be clear all the way to the bottom. Experiencing moments of complete stillness when both reflection and water are completely clear. And other moments, perhaps when the surface is disturbed, choppy, or stirred up. Reflections and depth lost for the moment. And through it all, as you lie here, simply observing. Observing the energies of your own mind and heart, the fleeting thoughts and feelings, impulses and reactions, which come and go as ripples and waves, noting their effects. In contact with them just as you are in contact with and feel the various changing energies that play on the lake, the wind, the waves, the light, the shadows, the reflections, the colors and smells. Remembering again, there is no right or wrong. This may be easy for you or very hard. And just settle into whichever it is with acceptance and compassion for yourself. Noticing the effect of your thoughts and feelings. Do they disturb the surface and clarity of your mind's lake? Do they muddy the waters? Is that okay with you? Isn't having a rippling or a wavy surface really just a part of being a lake? Might it be possible to identify not only with the surface of your lake, but with the entire body of water, so that you become the stillness below the surface as well, which at most experiences only gentle undulations, even when the surface is choppy and ragged. And in the same way, in your meditation practice and your daily life, can you be in touch not only with the changing content and intensity of your thoughts and feelings, but also with the vast, unwavering reservoir of awareness itself residing below the surface of your mind. The lake can teach us this, to remind us of the lake within ourselves. And if you find this image to be of value, you may want to use it from time to time to deepen and enrich your meditation practice. You might also invite this lake image to empower you and guide your actions in the world as you move through the unfolding of each day, carrying a vast reservoir of mindfulness within your heart. Dwelling here in the stillness of the moment until signaled by the sound of the bell, we can be the lake in silence now, affirming our ability to hold in awareness and in acceptance right now all the qualities of mind and body, just as the lake sits held, cradled, contained by the earth, reflecting sun, moon, stars, trees, clouds, sky, birds, and light. Caressed by the air and the moment and the wind, which brings out and highlights its sparkle, its vitality, its potential, moment by moment. So in the time that remains before the bells, which will mark the end of the meditation, continue to sustain the lake meditation on your own in silence, moment by moment, being the lake with its own storms, as well as its moments of peace. That was the lake meditation. I adapted it from a meditation from Jon Kabat-Zinn. If you'd like, you can look that up on the internet. There are even examples of it on the internet that you can listen to. Just in finishing, I always like to finish with a poem or something that I've read, a quote that I think makes sense or is pertinent. Today, I cut out something from Pema Chodron, who is a Buddhist nun in Halifax, actually. And she has also some wonderful work, wonderful practices. And this is what Pema Chodron has to say, one of the many things she has to say. Our life's work is to use what we have been given to wake up. If there were two people who were exactly the same body, the same speech, the same mind, the same mother, the same father, the same house, the same food, the same everything, one of them could use what he or she has to wake up, and the other could use it to become resentful, bitter, and sour. It doesn't matter what you're given, whether it's a physical deformity or an enormous wealth or poverty, beauty or ugliness, mental stability or mental instability, life in the middle of a madhouse or life in the middle of a peaceful, silent desert. Whatever you're given can wake you up or put you to sleep. That's the challenge of now. What are you going to do with what you have already been given? Your body, your speech, and your mind. A call to wake up, to be present in the moment, and to practice some radical acceptance. Thank you all. Once again, it's Karen Lewis. You can reach me at karenlewis0126@gmail.com. I am a life coach. I help people transition to find more acceptance, more balance, and more compassion in their lives. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care. Namaste.